Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And today, actually yesterday, the public test server was updated and opened up so we could all get into it and test out 11.6. And 11.6 is apparently the update where the economic rework is going live. This is the rework we've been talking about in a past couple of devblog videos, talking about how they're redoing the whole cosmetic system. They're removing the economic bonuses from the camouflages and from the signal. Well, the signal flags are actually gone entirely now, so you can't even get those anymore. And now we have our first look at how this is going to be implemented into the game client. And we could also get into battle with this new system and see how it works and if the rewards are any less anymore or however they work. And that's what I did. I played on the PT for the past 4 hours this morning, and I'm going to share with you my thoughts on this new system. I'm also going to show you what this new system looks like in ports. And they also did go through and spruce up the port UI quite a bit. Looks a lot better in my opinion, much more modern. But they still haven't fixed the UI in terms of getting players into your division, all that. But that's another video for another time. But anyway, so when you enter the port, you will now be greeted by a new section in your ship's stats, little drop-down menu called Economic Bonuses. If you look at that, that will tally up all the bonuses that are currently on your ship. Now, if you want to open up the bonuses menu, you click on this little drop-down menu, and it pops up this big interactive menu right here. And as you can see, you have a slot for a credit modifier, you have a slot for a ship XP modifier, you have a slot for commander XP modifier, you have a slot for free XP modifier. I believe the first one I'm showing you guys up on the screen right now is my Preußen. If you look off to the left, that is the permanent bonus package, or the permanent bonuses that you used to get from the permanent camouflage. That's now where that goes. And if you're wondering, yes, you can buy this on new ships that you acquire. I believe I purchased the Z52 to demonstrate this. You can see, you click on it, you're able to buy it for doubloons, slap it right on there, and that is permanently on your ship. Now, if you look at these modifiers too, at the bottom it will tell you the availability, the number that you have left. As you can see, I have quite a bit of some of these modifiers. I've been playing this game for 7 years now, so I've managed to accumulate quite a few over time. And this is where all those modifiers that you already have in game, so all the camouflages that you have already will be converted to their respective modifiers once this update goes live. That's why I have several thousand of some of these. Again, I've been sitting on some expendable camouflages for quite some time. But anyway, as you can see, you can mix and match, and the more rare boosts, those represent like if you had all these special economic signal flags right now and you stack them all together. That's what that very bottom boost is. That's why there's very few of those in my stock right now. But anyway, so you can mix and match these. You can stack them however you want to, but you can only, of course, have one XP modifier on, one free XP modifier on, one commander XP modifier on, one credits modifier on, except with the exception of the permanent bonuses. If you buy that, then you can have that and have the other ones on too, and then you can have those stacked together. If you're wondering too, well, what about signal flags? Well, if you go up to the exteriors tag, there's no longer a signal flags section. You have camouflage, which is purely cosmetic now. So camouflages are quite cheap now. You can buy them for credits, with the exception of the perma camo. That's just 200 doubloons. Well, at least right now because it's on sale. As I'm assuming it will be once this update goes live. So this is purely cosmetic. This has no bearing on anything anymore. They also removed the debuff to accuracy, where if you look at your camouflage in game right now, it gives you a 4%, well, it gives the enemy shooting at you a 4% increase to their dispersion. That's gone now too. This is purely cosmetic, and you can mix and match this with whatever modifiers you have on. So for example, if you have a key, you have the Kobayashi camo, that is now your permanent camo. well, not your permanent camo, that's now your permanent economic boost to your key, so you can run whatever camo you want on your key now and still have your Kobayashi bonuses running as the perma bonuses to your key. Goes for the Roma or any other ship with a special camo. That's why I encourage you guys to pick those camos up before this update goes live, as those camos still give much better bonuses for their tier than anything else you can buy in the new update. You won't be able to buy that version of that economic bonus once this update goes live. But anyway, signal flags, like I originally was talking about, if you want to go to the signal flags, you have to go to the equipment tab, and here they are. It's kind of weird that signal flags are considered equipment now, but whatever. They're all still here. Again, they've updated the UI. They've given them little icons behind them to represent what they do, which I think is pretty nice, because there's many a times when I'm like either sitting in like clan battles, I'm like, oh shoot, I need to go check my combat flags, and I have to kind of remember, okay, where is what at, and what color is this? But this kind of gives you a little bit more of a quicker idea of what these signal flags do if you're in a rush. I like that. Though they've also moved the modules over to the other modules to the hull upgrades, the artillery upgrades, and the engine upgrades and such too. I mean, that makes sense. It's not a big deal in my mind, even if someone doesn't like the change. It's literally just like slightly to the left now instead of in the middle of the screen. So that's how that is handled now. And for the economic signal flags, again, they're completely gone now. You can't have them on your ship anymore. Wargaming has said that they will look at maybe adding in a way you can add them in as a purely cosmetic feature, because, yeah, I like having a bunch of flags in my ship. Looks pretty neat and all. So, that's how this works in terms of the port UI and how you can apply these to your ship now as well. But what is the performance like? Well, from playing this for the past 4 hours, I played a mixture of tech line and premium ships, high tier and mid tier, and generally what we suspected will happen is what's happening. If you perform well now, the gross income is very good. It is very, very, very good now. The better you perform, the better you will earn in this new system. And I'm not talking about like you're going to be earning Missouri levels of income in your premiums if you perform well. If you have like every single maximum booster on, like you have those rare signals that even someone like me, I only have 6 of those economic boosts in my port right now. If you have every single one of those on and you're in like a Missouri or another high tier premium ship and you have like a 2500 or 3000 base XP game, yeah, you are going to be raking in the credits and the XP at that point. But generally speaking, for the average Joe, if you have that like your once or twice a week 2300 base XP game and you're running a decent amount of boosts, yeah, you're going to see a pretty nice level of income there. But if you perform poorly now, you're not going to be doing so hot, especially at higher tier. And one of the main reasons behind that is because they've completely eliminated the reduction in battle services boost to everything. That is gone. That does not exist in this new system. Now, that's not a huge deal until you start getting to around Tier 8 and Tier 9. At Tier 10, it becomes a very large deal. Now, in the current system, if you have like the Tier 10 perma camo, that reduces your post-battle service cost by 50%. And you can, of course, slap signals right now and other things on your ship that will reduce that a little bit even further to where post-battle services for your ship is almost an afterthought. Well, not even an afterthought for a lot of players right now. And that's what really helped boost high-tier earnings, because you don't have to pay for that. But now, you have to. And it removes almost 200,000 credits from your income at the end of the match. To where even if you do perform better, sure, you will earn quite a bit, but you're still losing around 200,000 credits because of the post-battle service. And that is definitely biting into your income there. And if you perform poorly at higher tier, you don't have that massive reduction to your post-battle services anymore. You still have to pay for that 200-ish thousand credits worth of services to your ship. And there was a few games where I didn't do so well because it's the PT server. It's mostly bots, except for like at like tier 10. You know, there's quite a few players there from. I ran into a lot of Asian players because I was playing early in the morning, and they are not joking about the meta on the Asian server. It is very passive, and you know these aren't full games; they're ending pretty quickly. So there were several matches where I didn't even do like 70,000 damage in tier 10 ships because there wasn't anything to shoot on my side of the map. And yeah, I came very close to not making much credits. So yeah, that's exactly what Wargaming wants to. And again, we've seen this over the past year. They're moving to try and force the economy to be in such a way at high tier to where unless you perform either consistently well or above average, you aren't going to be able to just play high tier constantly and not have to worry about your credit income. Because they want you to be at a credit deficit, so you go back, play some mid-tier ships, play more of the game, maybe spend some more money, buy a couple of premium ships that for you to play at mid-tier so you can fund your high-tier gameplay. That's what they want, and that's what this is definitely moving towards. However, in the current system, from my experiences with just, you know, running premium time, and by the way, in all these battles that I played, I just ran my normal boost that I normally would run on my ships. In fact, the game, when the update goes live, apparently it's converting whatever you have on your ships right now to as close as possible in the new system, and that's what I ran with on all these ships. So it's not like I was running super boosters or anything at all. I did that once on the Missouri to check her credit gains, and it's actually a little bit better now. It's no massive improvement, but she does earn a little bit more, at least from what I've seen so far. But anyway, if you can perform consistent and you're at least average, it seems like you're going to be alright. But in those matches where either you goof up, you get taken out early, you're probably going to actually lose credits now, even with premium time in running normal boosters. So be aware of that, guys. That's what this update's going to look like and how it's going to work. I do like how you can mix and match the boosters and the camo, so you can literally run whatever camo you want now, and you can have the best boosters in the game. Your ship can be naked, and you can have literally like that last row of boosters running and earning millions of credits by doing that. So I like that. I like that aspect of it. I think that's pretty cool. The rest of it, though, how again it's trying to force players to either go back to lower tier or spend more money on the game, I of course don't like that. I mean, Wargame's a company, they gotta make money, and for them this probably is a much better system for that, of course. And two, it is honestly a little bit simpler. It is very simple now. Beforehand, the economy was really screwy. You can even go back and look at the Missouri when they were trying to reintroduce the Missouri with a normal economy. First off, the whole reason they had to do that was because they screwed it up in the first place because they weren't sure back in 2000, I think like 16, 17, when she was first introduced into the game. They didn't know where to put a tier 9 premium ship's economy at, and they screwed it up, and it's too good. And when they brought it back, they had to, if you go back and watch my videos on that, they were trying to find the right balancing zone between, okay, here's the Missouri, we gotta give it this special combat mission, but because the combat mission, not a boost that's applied directly to the ship, it's calculated in a different way, so we have to give it a 10% boost. I don't know, it needs to be 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. They had to keep tweaking it. But this way, it appears to be a much more simpler fashion, and much more, again, simple for the average Joe. Just looking at this in the report, it's very straightforward about that. So I do believe that is a plus there. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 40,000 subscribers, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. Hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday, have a wonderful weekend. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.